Here comes the sun.
Hey y'all, welcome back. So we finished filming the porch refresh, upgrade, whatever you want to call it, last night. This morning I just wanted to film a quick intro for that and also wear my very appropriate new flag sweater for you guys. I got this from a store called Brandy Millville. Have y'all shopped there before? It was my first time going in, but it's my daughter's favorite, so she wanted me to go in there with her. I was shopping around in there, and I wanted to tell you a quick little story that's kind of funny. Anyway, all the young kids shop in there, so I'm looking around, and I found this sweater to try on, but I couldn't find a size on it, on any of them. And I started looking, and I couldn't find a size on anything, so I asked the little girl that worked in there, I said, you know, how do I find the sizes on this stuff? And she goes, oh, everything in here is the same size. And I was like, I'm looking around and like everybody is like this big around, like my daughter, like a 000. And I'm thinking, good grief. And so I looked at her and I said, well, I want to try this on, but it's going to be an extra large when I get done with it. So here we are, and I bought it. It fit. So anyway, I hope you really like the video. I love the way everything turned out on the porch. I think it really needed just a little freshening up and some fresh flowers. And my cat's about to knock stuff over. But anyway, I hope you like it. And thanks for coming back. I sincerely appreciate it. Y'all have a good rest of your day. When I started this porch refresh, I realized that these rocking chairs really needed a fresh coat of paint, and I have been wanting to paint them white also. So I'm just showing you the condition they're in. Structurally, they're great, but they really need a coat of paint. Okay, so 2.5 hours later, and we have one coat of paint on one chair. So I do have a sprayer, but I was worried about, with the wind and the heat and the dryness, I'm kind of worried about how many cans of paint I would go through if I were to spray it on. So we're just going to pay in time this time and take forever to get this done, but hopefully it'll be worth it when it's done. Well, it is getting dark out here, and I have one chair completely done and still working on this one. I want to try and get a coat of paint on the whole thing before it gets completely dark. I knew this is going to be kind of a booger, but I didn't realize, I really thought I would finish in one day, and I almost did. But I will just have to get back after it in the morning and put the last coat on it, and then we'll get back to work on the porch. Y'all have a good night. Well, I got up early this morning so I could finish painting my rocking chairs. I also put a coat of paint on this little table that I thrifted for $4 at my favorite thrift store. It's solid wood, and I love how they turned out. Next, I'm just going to add in this blanket that I bought from Home Goods the other day. I thought it was so pretty with the flags and the bows. And then I'm going to add in my old flag pillows on top of that. These are really old and they're kind of stained because they've been inside and outside. And I think the rain has probably gotten on them, but they still work pretty good on the porch. I just added these topiaries on each side of the door that I purchased from Home Depot the other day. The guy at the register called them poodle bushes. So also added in my red geraniums with that and some little antique artichoke statues down there. I don't know if you remember those from a past video that I found those at the thrift store, and those were $4 for the pair, and I really like them, so I thought they looked pretty in that space. Y'all, I never buy pre-made bows, but I found these at Home Goods, and I loved the ribbon on them, and they were perfect, but the price on them was too good. I couldn't have bought the ribbon for the price that the bows were. So it worked out. I guess there's a first time for everything. I thought these turned out really pretty though. Just going to add in our little Uncle Sam statue here. He is old, and I had to put a rock under his feet to keep him from wobbling over.
probably haven't mentioned lately, but painting barn quilts is one of my favorite things to do. I actually painted this one here a couple of years ago, and I love to display it on my porch during the summertime. I just wanted to take a second and show you some of the pretty flowers growing in my flower beds this year. This first one is the Julia Child's Rose, and I recently picked that up from my local HEB. These sunflowers come back every year, and they get more beautiful every single year. In the back here, I planted these from seeds. It's both a althea bush and a butterfly bush, and they keep coming back together. I don't know what I have done, but I planted them from seed, apparently in the same spot, because I probably did think one or the other one was going to live, but they have managed to live, and they keep coming back together. I guess they're friends now. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying my videos, please consider subscribing.